time that she was starting up Avilub, and at the time of filming this ad, she was actually in her mid-20s. It seems like she might have just been helping Nadia out at the time of this. She even listed the job on her LinkedIn supposedly, though it's now since been removed. The other deal attendant that I might have found was Ashley, and it was actually thanks to a YouTube comment. And what's interesting about her was that she was a model, but she was also in her mid-20s around the time of filming this. And based on her blog, she continued to have a normal modeling career and seemingly normal life after her time working in Avilub, before she sadly passed away from cancer. And from what I've seen, there isn't much to hint that she was ever a victim of anything Epstein-related. This is huge because a lot of people were falsely claiming that this girl was actually Martinez, a missing girl whose family is still searching for her to this day. But this doesn't appear to be the case. The only deal attendant that I wasn't able to ID was Claire, who does happen to look the youngest. But knowing now that these other women were of age, I feel more inclined to believe that maybe the women shown on the channel weren't actually victims of the operation, or at the very least, they weren't children. But obviously I can't say this for certain, and that's not to say that that wasn't happening behind the scenes of course. This just adds another layer to this mystery.
Run into these spikes right here. Furthermore, wait a little bit until after this portal takes its effect to straight fly into this, because sometimes you'll do it before and then the momentum will carry over from when you were inverted to the revert, and it'll just kill you like that. So don't do it too early. So okay, so what you can either do if you're not comfortable with alternating, which you don't really need to be that good at mostly standard to do this part, like at all. You kind of want to line yourself up just above the bottom of the spikes. And then you can do what you do for 5. And then just click 3 times as fast as you can to get out of that. You can see how my hand is literally coming up higher so I can get more speed. And I just don't have time to do that. So what I did was ultimate spam. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Your 1, 2, 3 has to be at a faster rate than when you did the 1, 2, 3, 4. But I find if you also use your space bar, you can be a little bit more accurate on that part, and you don't necessarily need to line yourself up with the bottom of that part per se, or just above the bottom row of spikes, how I explained earlier. That's the most consistent way.